All right, I think I'm live. Press the button. Put that back there. If I can get a yay or nay on the audio, if there's anybody watching, I'm just gonna get started here. Wait a few minutes, but I do have a fan going on in the background, so I apologize for that noise right up off the top. Been like 90 degrees here lately. Thank you, James. I'm going to do some more ricing tonight, I think is what I'm going to be doing. Some DWM, some patching. That's the plan anyways. It's a change of plans, but it works. It's less complicated than the other thing. And I'm always interested in doing the least amount of work. Make sure I'm on silent for my phone here. Okay, well, hello, Rampus. So we're going to be doing this in a virtual machine because I want to be able to restart things as I need to. But eventually I'm going to be transferring this new rice over to my main machine, so we're going to be using the patches that I need to use. I think I'm going gapless this time too. I don't think I'm going to be putting gaps in at all. So that's a thing. Make sure my key bindings are working here. Yep, good. Okay. So this is the rice that I did last week. I usually stream for about an hour and 20 minutes. Unless I'm doing something crazy like installing 5 distros on camera, in which case that lasted 2.5 hours, but that's not going to be tonight. It should be about an hour, hour and a half at the very most. And for those of you who watch after this, I'm not addressing anybody who's watching live, but I have a lot of people who watch the stream after I've stopped streaming. I do not know why the chat replay does not work. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know if you have to have a certain number of subscribers for that thing to actually happen, but there's a little option in the YouTube settings that says show chat replay. I have it checked. It never works. I don't know why. I tried Googling it and it was a complete failure, so I don't know what's going on with that. So I apologize. I respond to people in chat, so if it looks like I'm talking to myself, I actually am talking to people in the chat, but you won't know what I'm replying to, so whatever. But anyways, I'm going to be racing DWM. I'm actually going to have to install everything, so if you've never installed DWM, this should be a good experience for you. If you have, you'll see that I'm probably doing it wrong. But I'm doing it the way that I know works, at least works for me. Now, this right here is Arco Linux, and it's in a VM, like I said. And this right here is actually i3. So we will get started here. Okay, so I don't know whether or not this machine has, or this install of Arco has dmenu on it. So I'm going to actually find out that out. I don't see it, so I'll have to install dmenu as well. So dmenu st dwm SL status. Those are the things we'll be installing. So let's go ahead and CD back to the home directory. I'll zoom this in here just a little bit more. Actually, see. And so what we'll do is we'll do make directory .config suckless. We'll put all of our suckless stuff in there. And I can never remember the get address for DWM stuff. I always mess it up, so I'm just going to look it up. There's no shame in admitting you don't remember an exact URL. So, suckless.org. Thank you, Firefox, for popping up everything. It's easily the worst part about opening up a new Firefox install is that there's 12 pop-ups that you always have to deal with. So here's the thing we need. And we'll git clone that. So that's DWM. And we'll need ST. Okay, and we'll need dmenu. So that's going to be underneath tools. We'll zoom in here a little bit so you can actually see. Oops, I can't copy all of that. And there's dmenu. And then we'll need SL status as well, which is here. Okay, so that was easy enough. All right, so if we clear this and do an ls, we should have dmenu, DWM, SL status, and ST, which is good. So if we go into DWM and do an ls here, and then we vim into config.8 def.h so that we can change some stuff, because the default key bindings are atrocious. I don't know what kind of heathen makes their alt key the super key, but that's got to change. So config.def.h. Okay, now I understand that this color scheme is horrible. That will go away eventually. I won't be using this terminal the whole night, I promise. Hello, Emmanuel. How you doing? So we're going to be changing the mod key, which is here, to mod 4. Okay, and the rest of it should be fine for now. I can change the rest of it later, but we can actually change this because I'm going to want this changed. So change this from mod shift C to mod shift Q. Or mod Q. I don't think that there will be a conflict there. So write that, and then we'll do make. I got an error. What did I get an error for? It must be that I have an extra I in there. What did I do that for? I sure as hell did, because I tried to get into insert mode and I was already in insert mode. Okay. That's going to be the way this stream goes. Now we can try. I still got an... Why is it still saying it's there? Did I not say... Because I didn't... It's not there anymore. I'm so confused. Oh, you know what? Because there's going to be a config.h now. That's the reason why. Okay. Now make. There we go. Yep, that's the way the stream is going to go. I'm going to be making typos left and right. Yes, this is the i3 rice from last Sunday that I've done no work since last Sunday on. So it's still just as fugly as it was when I left it last week. The terminal rice did not end well. as you can see. It's completely illegible, so I'm apologizing for that right now. Like I said, I won't be using it very much longer. So we need to do sudo make install. Okay, now we have DWM made, so we can cd up a level. We'll clear this so you can actually see again. And we'll cd into st. We'll do ls here, and we'll do make sudo make install. There's st. Cd up a level, cd into dmenu, and then make sudo make install. I'm not exactly sure why the dmenu one had an a warning in it. There shouldn't have been, but that might be a dependency thing. We'll see. All right, and then we'll cd up a level, and we'll cd into sl status, and we'll do make sudo make install. Okay. All right, now, in order for this to work, we need to add DWM to our light DM or GDM display manager, whichever one this is using. I think this is using GDM. No, this is using SDDM actually. Either way, the process is the same. So we need to go into cd/user share x sessions. Okay, if we do an ls here, we'll see we have GNOME, i3. So we need to sudo touch dwm.desktop. Okay, and we need to sudo nvim, just vim, I don't have nvim on this computer, dwm.desktop. Alright, and then, in order to do this, I have to copy and paste this, because I can never remember the exact thing here. Alright, so I almost got it all copied. I didn't copy the first part. Okay. Desktop entry. Yep. And then the rest of this looks okay. And then, but except for if you're ever doing this, oops, first of all, don't type an extra I because you're already in insert mode. Always leave some extra spaces at the end. If you don't leave those extra spaces at the end, DWM will not start. I don't know why. I've never been able, nobody's ever really explained it to me why you need those extra spaces, but you do need the extra spaces, at least one. I always use a few extra just to, just in case. All right, so once that's done, we can, first we'll see if ST is here. It doesn't look like it. But that just might be because it didn't. We'll see if it shows up in DWM when we start. So we're going to get out of this. I think this is Control Shift X, Control Shift E. Yeah. Yes, XI3. Okay. So this is where working in a virtual machine is going to be terrible, because you always, SDDM does not play well SDDM does not play well with full screen. So we choose DWM here, which is good. And now we can go back into full screen, type in the password, and look at that. We have DWM. Woo woo. And if we hit Control Shift Enter, we should get ST, which we do. And if I remember to zoom in, it's Control Shift Page Up. Yeah. Okay. So that is a success. It's always good when there's a success right from the beginning, even though I did mistype something already, which is good. That's usually the way things work. All right, so The next thing is to see if Super P gets a Steam menu, which it does. Firefox. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is go for some patches. We need some patches. And we'll zoom in here just a bit so you can see. So the patches we need to do need to be in order. So because this is going to be eventually put on my main computer, the first patch I'm going to do is going to be one that allows me to have the tag names on different monitors be different. So I'm going to do that first. And that's not one that's actually on this website here. I have to go get that. Oh, I can never... I should have had this up beforehand. It's okay. That's what everybody wants to watch, somebody do something on the monitor that they can't see. There we go. Alright, let's see your flaw stuff. Here we go. Alright, now if we go up here and go into cd.config suckless DWM, and then we make a directory called patches. I always do this, that way I can put all my patches right in one place, and I can keep them. Once you've patched DWM, you don't actually have to keep the diff files, but if you do, that way you can go through, if you ever need to repatch stuff, you can have a list of them, and they're just in their own directory. So we'll cd into that directory now, and we'll touch, and then the name of this patch is going to be this. Okay, and then we'll vim into dwm.monitor tags, and I'll have to copy and paste the whole thing, because, like I said, it's not on the DWM website, so I can't just download it. And once again, I believe I have to put an extra space there at the end. So save that. Then, now, hey Chris, how's everybody doing? I never put the sys trait patch in because I don't need it. Although I do have Dropbox running in the background, and I have no way to open up or close or quit Dropbox, so I probably should have it in there. So, but I don't know, it's always just messes with my bar. I have so much stuff. If I can show you, if you look up here, my main system, I have all this stuff in the bar. If I added a sys tray, it would be like all the way over here. So I'm just not doing that. Alright, so we need to cd up a level. Oops, come on. Grab the mouse. Alright. If we do ls here, make sure we're in the right directory. And then, let's see here. So, in order to patch DWM, you have to do patch, the patch command. I believe it's... I can never remember this. I think it's -P1, or maybe it's just P1. I can never remember. We're gonna find out here, because I always have to look this up every single time. Like it's here. It's -P1. That's what it is. Okay. So -P1, and then it's the this sign here, and DW, so /patches. So patches / DWM monitor tags. And that's all succeeded. The reason why I do that one first is because it does not like every other patch in there. I don't know what. I always do the P1 because that's what the DWM website says to do. So, that's just me following directions. Surprisingly. I never follow directions, but it works. Because I don't... So that's the only other way it shows to do it, other than to use... It doesn't matter. It worked. That's all that matters. Okay, so the next patch we need is warp. So back here, I could just search for this other than scrolling down, but why not do things the easy way? Warp. Okay, so this patch warps the mouse cursor to the center of the currently focused window. So this is great for when you have multiple monitors. If you change the focus of the windows on different monitors, the mouse comes with it, because I still do use the mouse all the time. The worst thing is to focus on a window and have the mouse still be on the other monitor. So yeah, hopefully the acoustic tiles don't fall down. They, believe it or not, that was not the only time it's done that. That one up there's fallen a couple times. I've added several extra pieces of adhesive, and then there's one behind me. You probably can't see it, probably because there's actually a logo in front of my face. That's interesting. I didn't even notice that. So everybody wants to see me do OBS stuff right on live, but that's a little better. Yeah. At least then you'll be able to see my lovely face. Okay. All right. So anyways, we need to do warp, and this is going to be version 6.2. So we need to save link as, I believe, is what we need to do. And we'll need to show hidden files, .config, suckless, DWM, patches, and then save. Okay, so then we go back here and do patch -p1. Make sure I did that right. Oh, I did it the wrong way. Okay, and then patches, DWM, warp, and that all succeeded. Okay, good. That's 2. All right, that's what DistroTube says. The Xmonad is more suckless, but includes all the libraries out of the box. So I don't exactly know how you would call that more suckless. But again, I have my own problems with the Xmonad, so that's more of a me problem. All right, so the next one we need is always center. Actually, I think I'm going to leave always center off. We know what we need to do is attach bottom is next. So attach bottom, basically, when you enter, when you go into a, wait a minute, why did that appear like that? So attach bottom is so that the master always appears on that side. I can never remember greater than or equal than. It's just something that I've never been able to get ever since like middle school or something. I'm too stupid for it. Anyway, like they teach you a mnemonic or a whatever, like the alligators thing, like in elementary school. Like I don't know if anybody remembers that, but I just couldn't. It's like I can't remember. It just goes over my head because I'm an idiot. And I did use DT config for Xmonad. I still couldn't get half the crap to work. I don't know why. All right. So, I can never remember which one of these I need. I'm pretty sure it's just the 6.2. I don't know, the way DWM does versions for these patches is just dumb, because sometimes you don't know which one's the newest one. Like this one here is done by date. I'm having a feeling that this one's going to be the one that I need. I need the newest one. Agreed. I did get Xmobar eventually to work CM, but I only did it through using Arco Linux's version of it. All right. Next one. Actually, what we're going to do here before we do this is remove config.h. Before we do any more, what we want to do is make make sure this is because we don't want to do too many patches before we compile it, because if something goes wrong, I don't know which patch messed up. So sudo make install. Usually, really should compile after each patch, and I didn't do that the first time. I did two, and that made fine. So what I'm actually going to do now is quit that out and do super shift Q, I believe, is what I need. The worst thing that would happen, though, is if I did super shift Q and then quit my actual computer because the VM didn't grab my he uses $home though for all of his stuff, so it should work fine. CM, yes there is, and I'll be installing that next. Alright, so Firefox, open that back up. And the one we need is the one we need is called, I should have had all these written down, but I don't, because I erased the thing. So I'm just going to have to go through these and see which ones I actually remember. So I do need auto start. So we can do auto start next. So that's 2021. This is the one I need. This is a new one. So we'll see if this will actually do anything. Save link as. We'll save this. Did we go through and actually do attach bottom? We didn't. Okay. So I actually needed to actually do those things. Okay, so zoom back in. Okay, so we'll cd into .config suckless DWM. Yeah, I hardly ever do the restart stuff. I always just restart and log back in, because that's one. I know you can do something with your Xinit, but I'm not using Xinit on this VM. I don't think I am, at least. The Arca Linux doesn't really do the Xinit thing. I have some kind of run loop in there automatically or already, and I don't want to mess with that. Now, I know there's a patch to do, like a super shift R or whatever, like you would in other window manager, but I don't want to add any more patches that I don't absolutely need. So I'm just going to log out and log back in. It works. Okay, so what we need to do is patch -P1, and then I need patches, and then DWM attach bottom, and that all worked. Okay, so we'll remove config.h. I always do this. I should have done it first. And then make sudo make install, and actually spell it right. Okay, that worked out fine. Good. Okay, now clear that. Remove config.h again. We don't have to restart it to do this. We just need to make sure it makes. Let's see here. Config.h. Okay, and then we'll do patch -P1, and then that thing there, and do patches DWM. The one we need is auto start. Okay, and we'll make sure this one patches fine, and it did. Okay, we'll do make sudo make install, and made just fine. Cool. Alright, so that's 4 patches and not a single failure. Knock on wood, the next one's going to fail, almost guaranteed. Okay, so we'll go back here. This is where it gets squirrely, because the rest of the patches that I usually use, I don't have written down, so I'm actually going to have to go through and you know, find them. Now there's one here that allows for the bar to be on both monitors. That's the one I'm looking for next. I think if we search for bar, I keep forgetting I don't have my Vim bindings in my browser. So we have to actually go through and do this. Awesome bar, bar height, bar padding, bar tab groups, color bar, extra bar, fancy bar, hold bar, rearrange bar, and that's literally it. So it doesn't have bar in the name. Of course it doesn't. Because of course it doesn't. What's the patch? We're gonna go to the bottom. And I can't use my Vim bindings to go to the bottom. I could just use the end key, but, you know, whatever. Okay, so let's see here. Vanity gaps. We're not using any gaps this time. I'm going to go completely gapless. Mainly because I tried to build this before, but tried to use the gaps, and for whatever reason, I couldn't get it to work. Which is weird, because I have, on my main system, I have gaps working just fine. Okay, so eventually we're going to need status 2D, because that's going to allow us to put colors in the bar. But I'm not going to do that yet. Let's see here. I'm really regretting deleting my folder with all of my patches in it, because I had all these there. So we're just going to have to wing it like usual. I like gaps. But trying to do without them, you know, I think I'm going to be fine without them. I mean, they really are kind of useless, but because I have transparency for a lot of windows, so I'd still be able to see my wallpaper. I was so sure if I saw the name of the patch that I was looking for, I'd, you know, realize it. But I'm beginning to think that I'm not actually going to know what I'm looking for. Status all mines, that's what it is. Thank you, Chris. Yep, right there. Thank you. Okay, this is another one of those. See, this isn't the DWM website is just so totally disorganized. Because before the other two patches, the newest version was at the bottom. This one has the newest at the top. Because reasons, apparently. Okay. So we will save this, and we'll go here and do it again. Patch dash P1. This here, and then patches DWM dash status all mons. And that worked too. Hey, it worked. Okay, so we'll clear this and do an ls, because I don't remember if I removed config.h. I didn't. I know technically you don't have to do that every time, but I just do it because it's a good habit too, because if not, sometimes some changes just don't take effect. So we'll do make. That made fine. Sudo make install. Okay, good. Now move config.h again. We'll find the next one. All right, so I think actually the next one we need is per tag. So the per tag patch makes it so that each tag can have its own layout. Otherwise, all the tags on every monitor have the exact same layout. So if you change the size of, so if I do this thing here and then change the size of it, like here, the other tags have the exact same layout, as you can see. So that's not great, because you don't want all your tags to have the same layout. So that's per tag. That's going to be the next one. I need my Vim bindings. That's just, I have to search for it by, and then I can't remember my damn alphabet. Okay, so, once again, the new one's at the top. Okay, so save as, save. Now, patch -p1. Patches DWM per tag. And that all succeeded. That is that's just astonishing. Usually after the third or fourth patch you have a failure. I mean, but right now we're at 6. And we haven't had a failure yet. That's just insane. I mean, I'm astonished. I mean, I'm just asking for it, obviously, because you know it's going to happen. So, we'll do a make. I suppose I shouldn't have said anything before I made it, because I probably jinxed myself. No, it worked fine. Okay. Remove config.h. Okay. Now, next one. Alright, so after that, I think the rest of them are superfluous. I don't really need them. So if I had to stop right now, I could. I have like 8 patches on my current system, but I couldn't get the different tag ones, the one that lets the tags be different on different monitors. I couldn't get that to work. So I think the last one I need is going to be status, the color status. I think that we'll do that one and then we'll stop. So it's called status 2D. And basically what this allows you to do is put colors up here with SL status. I doubt I'm getting more proficient at anything. I'm going to be a noob till the day that I die. This is just lucky. It's pure luck. And this is going to be the last one, so if I don't get a failure on this last one, it's going to be crazy sauce. Okay. So, patch-p1. Patches, DWM-status 2D. Okay? And we have failures. The world has righted itself. Okay. So this is the last one. So, and of course we had to have a failure. So, what we need to do now is, so we have 2 failures. So if we need to vim into dwm.c-.reject. Okay. Oh, that's easy enough. Okay, good. So we open up another terminal here, and we make it a regular size, and we zoom in so everybody can see. And then we cd into .config suckless DWM, and we vim into dwm.c. Now we're searching for line number 2. Oh, I can't read that font. That font is horrible. My old ass eyes. So we're just gonna have to search for the thing. So we'll search for static character. No, that's not. There we go, right there. And all that's changed on that line is the number. Okay, so we just change this number to 1024. 1024. All right, and then we need to delete drw underscore set scheme. So these 3 lines here need to be deleted. drw dash, that's not the right one. drw underscore set underscore mat set scheme DRW, so it's these 3 lines here that need to be deleted. I don't think that this is going to work. I have a feeling that when we make this, it's going to, we're going to get errors because these are not the same. See this TW here? That's going to be from a different patch. But we'll see. We're going to just follow the directions. And we need to add this part here. Unfortunately, there's going to be no copy and pasting. So we're going to be typing that because there's no copy and paste in ST right now. All right. So SW equals M, that thing, WW dash, draw, status bar, parentheses, M, comma, BH, comma, STXT. Oh, there's got to be a space between those. Okay, and then semicolon. Okay. There's no way this works. Before I do this, I'm going to quit this out here, and I'm going to open up another terminal, and I'm going to copy my DWM.C. Because if this does fail, I don't want to lose this whole install. That would suck. I don't really want to have to go through and do all this again. cd.config suckless DWM CP. I know DWM, once it gets an error, will go through and copy your DWM.C, I believe, but I don't know when it does it. So, older. I'm going to call it older. Well, that's because you got to tell it's copying that. I believe it or not, I do know how to use Linux. I do. There we go. Okay, good. Now, write and quit this. Oops, actually gotta write and quit. All right, now, make. Ah, look at that error. That's because I didn't know. It looks like I spelled it wrong. Okay. Yep. Delete this. Remove config.h. All right, and now make. That worked. That worked. That's crazy. Okay. And it made fine. Okay, now get all those patches. So now we need to do cd into our home directory here. We need to make a directory. Make directory .dwm. Okay. And we need to vim into that, or cd into that, .dwm. And we need to make this bigger again. And we need to touch auto start .sh. Okay, and then we need to vim into, oops, can't use that, auto start .sh. And we need a shebang, #, exclamation point, /bin/bash, works just fine. And we do sl status. Oh, it's exec xl status. Okay. Now we got to put an extra space in the bottom just because, and we'll save that. I'm kind of ignoring the chat here, so I apologize for that. Oh, Linux Dabbler's here. Hi, man. How you doing? Love your channel. I steal all of your stuff. Okay, so that should we go ahead and do a mod shift Q and get out of this thing here and make sure it'll actually boot up again. All right. Now, the question we have is whether or not something is going to show up in SL status. So, because right now we have nothing in SL status. Super I don't think. So if we do to cd.config suckless SL status, and we do an ls here, and then we remove config.h, never do your changes in config.h. Always do your changes in config.def.h. And actually, if I could spell. Alright, so we'll zoom in, and this color scheme is horrible, and I know it's not much better than my pink and purple one that I was using earlier. That's where we're going to make it super big. So we go here to the bottom. We should actually have a time. So the fact that we don't have a time tells us that that thing that we changed in DWM.c a minute ago has something to do with the width. It's just going to be a pain in the tuchus. Because I don't know if I know enough C and actually to change that. Gonna be a pain in the butt. Alright. See, the thing is, I've seen this problem before. Because basically what happens is that the width of that center bar there is one of the lines that we deleted in DWM.c. And we replaced it, but the width is way too long. So actually the time is there. It's just appearing off screen. So that's what the problem is. The question is, can I fix it? The answer to that question before was no. So I'm glad you liked it, Linux Dabbler. You can steal it if you want. I don't. It was kind of just an off-cuff thing. So Joshua, I've done these are the ones. So I've done attach bottom, auto start, monitor tags, per tag, status 2D, status all mons, and warp. Yeah, it's the status 2D patch that actually is the one that's going to end up having caused the problems. Somewhere along the line, I believe, if I go to my Reddit here on my other screen, I'm pretty sure that I asked this question on Reddit once. So you guys are going to have to put up with me, doing something on a screen that you can't see. But this is going to have been ages and ages ago. So I'm going to scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Yep. It's just great YouTube television right now. Watching somebody do something on a screen you can't see. I always do this. I'm not finding the post that I asked this for, so unfortunately I seem to post on Reddit much more than I thought I did. Okay. So I'm not gonna be able to find it there. Okay, oh well. I don't think I did use the older one though. See, DWM just crashed. All right, so if let's open up. We'll see. Status 2D. I used this one here at the bottom. The 2020 whatever. That should be the new one, right? I suppose I could go back and make sure that's the one I used. cd.config suckless DWM patches status 2D. I didn't use the new one. I used the old one. All right, so let's unpatch. All right, so I've never actually unpatched something before. So let's see if I can actually go through and do this. There's like a command to unpatch, right? We're gonna have to find that because I'm sure that there is. Let's see here so it just goes the other direction. Well, if that works, patch -p1, so it does that way. All right, well, we're gonna try it. Actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up here and find out. Yep. Patch -p1, this here, patches, DWM status 2D. Okay. Well, it's doing something. Is that supposed to... Is that supposed to have an output of some kind? I still have Xmonad installed. I haven't logged into it since I made my video about it though. So apparently this did not work. It was worth a try. Because really there should be some kind of output there. It shouldn't just, stop. Okay. Okay, we'll try. All we'd have to do is change this around. So did that work? I mean, we'll find out. Wait a minute. It's possible that the auto start thing just wasn't working. We're going to remove config.h. And we're going to make this. Make sure it makes again. Okay, and then we're going to mod shift Q to get out of this thing. We're going to see what happens to here. Okay. We still get nothing. Okay, so what we're going to do here actually is So even starting up SL status should put something over here. It should put a time. Chris, that's exactly what I did wrong. I always forget to make the damn thing executable. Yeah, CM2, you caught it. This whole Linux thing, maybe I should just hang it up because that's like that's like noob 101. Okay, so we're gonna start. We're gonna try this again. All right, so cd.dwm, and we're gonna chmod +x autostart.sh. Now, habits die hard, Joshua. That's just the way I've always done it because I know it always worked. So now we'll see what this does. Still getting nothing up there. And there should be something up there. But we'll see. .config suckless sl status ls. You know why? Because there's not a make file. Alright, now. Still no. Zoom in. Maybe there's just nothing in the SL status config, but it shows the time should be there. But it's not. Why is it right? That was weird. Okay, so we'll just this here. Vim into config def.h. Okay, so once again, we'll make this bigger so we can actually see the damn thing. All right, so it should have the date time there, and it's just not there. So I'm guessing if we go here, I would guess that patch never unpatched itself. I would guess. And I will know that it didn't if that part that I deleted, yeah, see that part that I deleted is still been deleted. So that patch that I patched in for that SL status patch did not unpatch itself. That's going to be a pain in my ass to undo. So what we're going to do is go and DWM just crashed. Awesome. I love it. Well, I mean, we knew that this wasn't going to be the easiest thing ever. So what we're going to do is go first, instead of doing this, we'll open up Firefox again. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll open up patches, and we'll go all the way down here to the status 2D thing again. Past it. Here, right here. And the one that I did was this one here. Oh, there's tons of shit. That's gonna suck. That's gonna suck because I'm gonna have to go through and just undo all this stuff by hand because I don't know how to do the unpatching thing. I could always just go through and do this. How to remove a patch from DWM. Come on, Google. Noob here. I patched assist tray to my DWM, but both DWM blocks and SL status are cut short with ... My dirty solution was to add spaces in my DWM. That's not gonna help me. I like it very much, but I feel the needs to adjust it for my taste, of course. First, I sneak around on your config. So this is not gonna help me. Let's see. DWM patch from borders. How can I remove an applied git patch? That's just for, yeah, that's just git patching. That's not for DWM. So what's going to be easier? Going through and deleting all the stuff that was added, or just starting over? The reason why I didn't use FlexiPatch, Joshua, is because it doesn't have that monitor one for both to make the tags different on both monitors. I don't think it does. You think Unpatch would work? -R. Okay. I don't think that that's going to work, but we're going to try. It's not going to hurt anything. Patch -R. And what did it say? That way. Okay. Patches. DWM status 2D. Once again, I'm going to say that didn't do anything because that's supposed to have some kind of art or some kind of output, I would guess. But maybe it doesn't have any output. Let's go find out. If we just vim into dwm.c, we'll know. No, it didn't work. That's still there. I'm going to do something here. This is going to be stupid and it's not going to work, I guarantee it. So what I'm going to do is cp that. Remember, I made a copy of that dwm.old or that dwm.c. I'm going to. This is stupid and not going to work. dwm.c.older to dwm.c. There's no way this works. It's not going to make. Like, there's just no way this is going to work. Especially because it's not going to completely unpatch the thing, because when you patch something and it patches partially, the stuff that succeeded is still going to be in there. So, sudo make clean install. It did make. Let's find out. I mean, worst is going to happen is that I still just have to start. That worked. I said it wasn't going to work. It worked. That's hilarious. There's the clock right there. That's hilarious. That's absolutely the funniest thing ever. Okay. I don't even know if I'm going to get to the bar at this point. That's just going to be a pain in the butt. All right. So, I can't believe that. Okay. Now, let's see here. Let's sudo pacman. Oh no, excuse me. Yay dash s nerd font hack. I think that's what I need here. Yeah, one. I'm not downloading all the nerd fonts. I did that on stream once before. I did that last week. I'm not doing that. Actually, it might actually already be on here. This is the same system. I think I'm just going to Control C out of this. I don't think I actually need to do that. I think this is the system that I went through and downloaded all the nerd fonts on, so I don't actually have to do this. So what I should be able to do then is cd into .config suckless st. We're going to do st first because this font is just atrocious. We do ls, remove config.h, and we vim into config.def.h, and we zoom up so I can actually read the damn thing. Alright, the font, this one here, hack nerd font. We're going to change the size to 16. Make sudo make install. I know. That's not the way you do it. I don't care. It's like I said, it's habit. That's the way I always do it. Oh, it's so much better. Look at that. It's so much better. I still need to zoom in a little bit, but it's actually readable. I understand people like monospace fonts, but oh, I can't read them. All right. So we could do the colors, but I don't actually have a color scheme picked out. So of course I don't. Why would I have a color scheme picked out? That'd be dumb. I'm not going to do purple and pink. Do I use a display manager? Yes, I do. It's SDDM. It's the one that Arco Linux comes with, because LightDM does not like Arch Linux for some reason. And a lot of times with the LightDM, you'll actually get, when you boot in, you'll just boot into a black screen. So that's the reason why that's why Arco went to SDDM and switched that. Now, I don't care for SDDM all that much. It's very finicky in virtual machines. You have to log out, or you have to get it out of full screen and back into full screen to change sessions and stuff. It's kind of a mess. But it's better than LightDM. At least it works. So I've been going now for, oh, that's only been 40 minutes. That's not bad. I thought I spent the whole hour and a half that I was going to stream tonight just installing DWM. It would have been hilarious. Okay, so we've installed DWM, we've patched DWM. Next task is to go through and create ourselves a rice. SDDM does have a lot of KDE dependencies, but I don't think it's nearly as much as you'd expect. The LightDM has, whatever reason, LightDM on every Arch distro that I've used, whether it's regular Arch, Manjaro, Arco, all of them, for whatever reason, with this combination of hardware, boots into a black screen for me. And it's not just, like I said, it's not just Arco. It's Manjaro, it's regular Arch, it's Arco. It was Arch Labs. It was that one script that is just basically just installs Arch. All of them. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Like I said, I think it has something to do with this specific combination of hardware. And I'm using like all AMD system, so it should work fine. It's weird. And I know that that's the reason why the Arco guys went to SDDM, or at least one of the reasons. Then I think that SDDM is actually easier to theme or something. Maybe there's some themes that they liked or something. I'm not exactly sure. All right, continuing on. So the first thing we should do, actually, do I have nitrogen installed? I don't. Actually, I might, and it makes me. I don't. Okay. So, sudo pacman-s nitrogen. Okay. That way, we go to and DWM crashed again. This is just hating me today. I don't know why it's crashing. Does I don't even know if DWM has a crash log. Does it? Like I know like i3 if you're running it in debug mode will actually tell you why you crashed. Like I don't. And it's for whatever reason whenever I click that, if see it did it again. That's what's causing the crash. So if I just use a key binding, no, even the key binding causes it to crash. But I can go to 2. 1, 2 works. 4 doesn't work. That's really weird because 1 and 2 work. But any other tag, switching to any other tag causes it to crash. That's really weird. That has to be like remainders of that really weird, that SL status, or the status 2D patch. It has to be. Because all replacing that DWM.C with the DWM.C, that older thing that I did, all that did was replace those 3 lines. The rest of that patch is still in there causing havoc. The problem here is I have no interest whatsoever in going through and it's all in DWM.C. See, my problem is that it will actually go through and delete stuff from other patches. So if I go through and just remove and add the stuff that the patch adds, I may not be adding the stuff that actually was there before because it might have been different from a different patch. If that makes sense. Oh, I don't want to restart, damn it. I don't because that was the first one that I patched in Linux Dabbler. I switched to I'm pretty sure I used the 3rd tag since then. It worked fine. Yeah, you're supposed to upload to Git after every time, but I didn't do that. Oh well. Let's see here. What do I want to do? I'm thinking. Oh, I did a video on Pywall back when I first started the channel. Actually, I think I did it with DWM. Honest, I think I did. I don't know. All right. It sucks. Okay. Here's what. Okay, so first, what we're going to do. .config suckless DWM, and what we're going to do is cp-r patches and the /documents. It doesn't matter. I just want that thing. I want to save all the patches that I have. That way I don't have to go through and refine the damn things. Firewall does have some problems, but there's actually one that works better. If you guys follow the YouTube channel Max C, I think is his name, he does a lot of awesome stuff. He found a different version of Firewall that will actually go through and allow you to like use that kind of stuff with like GTK apps and stuff. It'll change your GTK applications and stuff. It was actually pretty cool. It's not something I'd ever use because I change my rice often enough without actually having to go through and change it every time I change a wallpaper. All right, so cd dot. Now, I think all I'm gonna have to do here, because I've done is just do this DWM. And I have a 3-letter password and I still didn't enter it right. That's the way it's gone. It's MAKC, I think, is the one that I was talking about. Yeah, this guy right here. Anyways, he did one of these here. I don't remember which one it was, but it will allow you to go. It's this one here. It will actually allow you to use Firewall with GTK apps. Definitely give this guy a subscribe. His videos are all awesome. We can just close that. Now, starting over. All right. So git clone. I can never remember that URL again. Every time. You think I'd remember that git.suckless.org/DWM? But I can't remember it. It just goes in one ear and out the other. Okay. All right, cd into DWM, and we're gonna have to vim into config.def.h again and change the things that we had to change from before. So the one that we did was this one here. See if I can, not add an extra I this time. The other thing that I needed was going to change was the mod key. Yeah, I probably will do that this time, Steve. I bet you I'll learn my lesson. I'm not gonna learn my lesson. I never learn my lesson. I always do things the hardest way possible. If you've watched the channel long enough to know, you'll know that I always, every time, do things the hard way. All right, this is what I was looking for. Can't talk and do things at the same time. That's too hard. Okay. Make. And yes, I know you can do it the other way around. I don't care. It's the way I do it. It's the way I'm going to probably continue to do it because it's habit. Okay. Now, get out of this. And we'll see if we have the same problem. There's no patches right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The tags work just fine. Okay. Now, super shift enter. cd into .config. Actually, first, cp-r. What did I put in? Documents, patches, right? Into, actually, we're going to have to, Okay, good. And it had. All right. I don't know that I find DWM easier, but once you have the patches done, ricing DWM is fairly easy. Not that I've actually gotten to that part yet, because of course I haven't. Anyways, so cd.config suckless DWM ls. Okay, so now. Analytic minded, that's because we haven't actually done any ricing yet. The patching of DWM is way more complicated than anything you'll do in i3, I think. All right. But like I said, I haven't got to any ricing yet because I've messed up the patching. All right. So what we're going to do, patch dash P1. Oops, P1. And it's this, I believe. Or is it the other way around? I can't remember. I never remember. It was that damn... It's that way. All right. Never remember. It was right. All right. Patches. The one that I wanted to do first was the DWM.monitor. It is infuriating and tedious. That's a very good way of describing it. Wait a minute, did I not do anything? There's nothing in there. Okay. I mean, that was a really weird step that I had to take, but it was weird. Make sure they're all there. All right. All right, so patch dash P1. All right, so patches DWM dash monitor tags. Okay, and that succeeded. Now we do an ls here, and remove config.h, and then make sudo make install. Now, Shift-Q. We're gonna get out of this, and we'll see if that was what was causing it. No, see, that worked fine. Yeah, that just so that was not the patch that's not like suckless approved that was causing that problem. Okay, so we can just we'll go through and we'll patch the stuff in the same order we did last time, except we will not do the status 2D patch. So that means there's gonna be no color in the bar, at least as of yet, or at least if we do that status 2D one, we'll use the most current patch, and I'll do a backup before I do that, because we know that was where everything went wrong. All right. All right, so we're gonna open up another terminal here in cd.config. Let's see here. Suckless DWM patches, and that we can do an ls. So the one we did after the monitors was warp. Patch dash P1 DWM warp. Oh, I gotta do the patches DWM warp, and that worked. Okay. Remove config.h. Make sudo make install. Okay, good. Okay, so the next one was attach bottom. Okay, so patch dash P1 patches DWM attach bottom. Okay, remove config.h and then make sudo make install. Okay, now the one after that was auto start. Okay, so the next one is, let's see here, patch dash P1 patches DWM.auto start. Succeeded. Good. Remove config.h. Make sudo make install. Remove config.h. Okay, so the next one after that was per tag. Okay. So patch dash P1 patches DWM per tag. And that succeeded. Okay. Remove config.h. I think it's already there. We already did that. So make sudo make install. Yes, I know. I'm driving somebody in the chat crazy because I keep doing it wrong. I don't care. It's habit. It's literally, that's the way I've always done it. And then status allmons was the last one, I think. So we did this one, we did this one, we did this one, this one, this one. This is the last one. Okay, so patch. Actually, move config.h. Patch dash P1 patches slash DWM status allmons. And that worked fine. Okay, now make sudo make install. All right. I think you're probably right, Steve, but I'm just following the directions on the website. So, all right. So now if we go to, okay. So one of those patches that we installed is causing the crashes. Unfortunately, I don't know which one it is. I told you I wasn't going to learn my lesson. It's going to be status allmons. It's going to be that last one because I don't have two monitors here. That is... oh, just kill me now. Who wanted to watch an hour and 28 minutes of just installing DWM and just patching it? There's no ricing going to be happening tonight. I almost guarantee it. All right. Unfortunately, that's just a... like, we got... the auto start one worked. Why didn't it... I don't understand, because all those patches... there's some kind of combination of patches right there that is messing around with me. Because I have the status allmons on my regular computer, or like outside of this VM, and it works fine. The only patch that I have in this VM that is not on my regular computer is that DWM monitor tag thing. So it has to be the one that's causing the problems. Oh. Just, this right here is why people don't like DWM. I mean, this is it right here. Okay. What do you think? Third time's the charm. Okay. Because this is exactly what we all want to do. Okay. Um, okay, let's see here. Let's think about what I want to do. There's a mentality in the Linux community that when something goes wrong, just to nuke and pave to fix the problem. It's something that I used to do all the time. When something went wrong with my Linux distro, I wouldn't bother trying to solve the problem. I would just nuke and pave and start over. Usually distro hopping in the process. Um, so the question I have is, am I going to follow that stereotype of what I used to do and nuke and pave and try for a third time, or am I gonna try to solve the problem? I think I'm gonna nuke and pave and try over again, because I don't. There's no way of knowing which one of those patches is really at fault here, other than that if I do it again, a third time, I'm gonna leave out the status or the monitor tags one, because I know all the rest of them work. Damn it. The funny thing is, the reason why I'm doing this is so that I can have the tag names be different on both monitors. That was the whole purpose of doing this. Um, God, it's dumb. It's so dumb. Well, I mean, that's a good question, Chris. Um, the question, I'd still end up having to fix it, right? Eventually, if I'm going to actually use this. Because I was actually going to use it. But I suppose, uh, just so I could show you guys some ricing. Let's just rice it. You know what? You're right. Screw it. I'll fix it later. So, let's do some ricing. We'll spend 10 or 15 minutes racing and then we can be done. Alright. I can't type. Alright, zoom in just a little bit. Alright, so we're going to vim into config.def.h. So the question we have here is, what color scheme are we going to use? So first, we can change the font. Excuse me. Oh, I actually got to spell it right, Matt. And we'll change this to... I always like a smaller bar. And I can stay 10. Okay. So we need some colors. We can't go to tag 3. We just got to remember, don't go to tag 3. And speaking of that, write that just in case. Just in case I forget and try to go to tag 3 and it crashes, I'll at least have saved my work. It's possible there's some kind of conflict going there. It's also 100% possible that the monitor tag one, because the monitor tag that I have is this here. And because it's not on the official DWM website. So it's 100% possible that this tag here just doesn't work. Because everybody knows the first thing you learn about Linux is that it's perfectly fine to take random code off the internet and use it, right? I mean, it's perfectly fine. So, like I said, it's possible that this just doesn't work. So, if I'm just gonna rice what I'm doing, but when I go through, like after I'm done here, I'm just gonna not use this, and it'd be fine. I just really wanted the tags to be different on different monitors. That was the purpose of doing it in the first place. Because I don't really need a new rice. I like the rice that I have, but it doesn't matter. Okay. Anyways, all right, so we need a. Let's search for Vim color schemes. That's usually how you can find a good color scheme. So there's like a GitHub here, awesome Vim color schemes, and they have like several dozen, or at least a couple dozen, color schemes for Vim, and you can find really good color schemes here. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be boring. Right? You want to analytic minded? We're going to do grub box. I've never done a grub box before. I've never really cared for it, but I'm just going to do it. Why not? I'm going to have to learn my alphabet again. It's going to be up here somewhere. Oh, yep, right here. Now, does it give the code, oh, it does. Yeah. All right. We're going to do grub box. So first thing we do is Firefox themes. We'll do Firefox first. The easiest way to do this that I know of is grub box. And here's a grub box theme, install theme, add. So that's number 1. Okay, good. Firefox is done. Winning. Okay, next task. We can close some of these things. We're going to move this to 1 so that we can actually see this. Okay. And it's the dark mode that we want. Okay, so the way DWM handles colors is dumb. Because the way they call these as variables, and they call them gray 1. I don't know why they call them all gray. As far as I know, you could make these variable names anything you want, but I've never actually tried changing them, so maybe you can't. So the background for the normal scheme is column gray 1. So we've changed this to. I gotta zoom in just a. Actually, I need to be able to see this. That's better. Okay, so that is 2. I think that says 8. I really need glasses. 28, 28, 28. Okay, and that's going to be the background for this. And the cyan is going to be. We'll just make that blue. So. And that's going to be, let's see, 458588. 458588. That's going to be this bluish color here, I think. So, we'll see what that looks like before I go through and change anything else. Okay, I think that. All right, and then wonder how we could get a grub box theme for ST. Grub box theme ST. There's a patch for it. I've never had a patch for ST for theming that actually worked. First time for everything, right? All right, let's see here. Let's go back here. You want a pillow, Doug? I know I'm boring, but come on. Stay awake. Wake up. All right. Now let's see. Yeah, good box. There we go. There, DWM's patched. Patched and riced. There are other colors that I could change, obviously. But I think the last thing I'm going to do is find myself a wallpaper. I wonder if there's a Grovebox arch wallpaper. I'm just curious. And somebody will... Oh, there is. See, look at this. Grovebox... Save image as. We'll save this to pictures here. Save. And we'll close this. Fuck off Firefox. And we'll open up nitrogen. And we down here preferences, add pictures. Why isn't that showing up? Because it's a WebP. That WebP stupid piece of crap. Seriously. That's easily the worst part. Like, why can't this just be like a regular... It's because it's from Reddit. That's the reason why. I think if I save it this way, it's still going to be WebP. I have to get it from Google. See if this actually changes. Works. Still WebP. Okay, well that's completely useless. I wonder if he gave a download link for that. Here we go. Yeah, it's better. 1920 by 1080 would be the one I'm looking for. Yeah, it's just easier to find the right thing to begin with. If it ever, actually shows up. Here we go. That's going to save it into downloads, because of course it is. I don't care. I'm just going to add downloads. There we go. Apply. Bada bing, bada boom. There's a good box for you. Let's see. So, that was mostly a failure. I'm marking it as a failure. I mean, yes, I did rice it. Yes, I did patch it, but the patch is broken, uh, and I did it twice. So somewhere along the line, something went wrong twice. So not surprising, but that's the way it happens sometimes. And I didn't do the bar like at all because I went. Just things are broken. So thanks for watching. This was a whole bunch of nonsense, but it worked out well. This will probably be my last ricing stream for a while. I've done like 2 or 3 in a row. And I'm running out of desktops to rice. I mean, I go through and rice I riced Qtile, but I didn't do a stream of it. But maybe that would be the one I do sometime eventually. I have Qtile installed, but for some reason, the Qtile install that I have keeps like breaking my keyboard. Like it won't register any key presses at all. I have no clue what's going on there. That's something I'm gonna have to fix before I go through and even consider doing a stream about it. Ice WM. Isn't Ice WM the one that comes looking out of the box like it's like Windows 98 or something? I don't think I've ever used Ice WM. Maybe I'll have to look at it. I know I want to get back into Spectre WM. I didn't play around with that very much, but I know that's one that I want to do. And then one of these days, I'm going to take a look at our OpenBox, because I haven't used OpenBox all that much. I'm sorry, Ryan, that I did Grubbox and you didn't want me to do Grubbox. It's okay. I've never actually used Grubbox as a daily driver before. The one I'm using now is this one here. This is called Ocean Material or Material Ocean or something like that. And it's the one that I've liked for quite a while. It's kind of my jam right now. And I don't think I'm going to switch away from it. I don't, like I said, this is the color scheme that I really kind of like right now. But I switch color schemes a lot. Is that the window manager that's built into X11? Is that called Tim's window manager? It's some weird like name. Can you even rice that thing? I don't even know. Like I have no clue. It probably uses X resources for everything, I would guess. And I don't like X resources at all. And you'd have to use Xterm for your terminal. So that's definitely a thing. So there's quite a few window managers I still want to do, but probably next week's stream. Actually, at the moment, I have no clue what I'll do for next week's stream. That's probably not something I'll decide until like Thursday-ish. It has a config file? Really? I'll have to give that a look. I don't even, other than knowing that it exists, I've never actually looked at that window manager other than seeing, I know it exists and I've seen somebody use it on YouTube. But other than that, I don't know. Which window manager is the easiest to like rice? Personally, I think the easiest one to rice is i3 probably. But Qtile probably comes close, and I'd say BSPWM too, because BSPWM, basically all everything's done in the Bash script that it runs on, except for the bar, in which case you'd have to learn like something like Polybar or something. Because BSPWM does not come with a bar. i3 comes with a bar though, so if you wanted to use i3 to write something and you didn't want to learn anything about Polybar, which I can understand, because getting Polybar to work with multiple monitors and stuff can be kind of a pain if you don't know what you're doing. But i3 is probably best, because the i3 bar can be easily configured through a config file of its own, or it can be configured right in the i3 config. And if you wanted to go to a different bar, it's easy to move to a different bar in i3 as well. You can use Polybar, you can use Bumblebee, you can use Lemon Bar, any of those stuff. Any other, yeah, Xmonad you have to compile. But you don't have to like leave out of Xmonad. It restarts. It just compiles there like live or whatever. So it's not like DWM where if you after you've gone through and made it and you have to log out and log back in or do some kind of hackery in order to get to do live. So all right, I think I'm done. Thanks everybody for watching. This was definitely one of those streams where it'd be best off if we all forget it ever happened. So I should take a moment to thank our current patrons. Oops. And apparently, yeah, I did it. It went there. I thought I wasn't on the OBS thing. So thanks to Devon, Marcus, Meglin, Donnie, Sven, Merrick, Camp, and Mitchell for being awesome patrons. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so patreon.com/linuxcast. I do appreciate everybody who supports the channel. Those of you who are patrons, early access 2 videos should be coming back this week. I believe there'll actually be an early access one tomorrow. So I do have it done. I just have to actually go through and edit it. So thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching again.